Hello, everyone, and welcome to Fortunes Hiding Down Under. It's our preview show for the Luton Town game against the Mighty Hammers on Friday night. But for us Aussies, we will be up at 5 a.m. to watch it on Saturday morning. Lads, how's everyone doing? Good day?
It's brilliant. All right. It's been a great
week. Nath, where are you at the moment, mate?
Oh, it's been tough, mate. I've been at Hamilton Island all week, just sunning it up.
Are you really? Fuck.
Has been really, yeah. Terrible way to spend a week, boys, but, someone's got to do it, right?
And you've been learning about TikTok today.
Yeah, well, I was a bit bored during one of the conference sessions, so, yeah, started to have a look at TikTok and see if we can get onto that. So, number one social media site for the youngsters, so we've got to get on board.
Oh, mate, I had a little look today. It's a lot of our work, so I think we'll let Lord Lucan handle that. How's your day been, mate?
Yeah, it's been all right. I've managed to get in, which is a start. It's funny, I was at work today and I'm using all kinds of technology and realised that I'm pretty shit at it. But I'm here. That's the main thing.
But boys, also finally, all four of us together for the first time.
First show.
Even though it's
making a good one.
Even though it's virtual. Dave, how's your day been, mate?
Fantastic, mate. Still buzzing from the weekend's result last week. Absolutely brilliant, mate.
And as you say, it sort of rounds your weekend off how our results go. So I think we'd all say the same, to be honest. And coming off the back of it, I've seen a lot of what should I say? A lot of negativity still on the play that we had. But coming down to it, no one remembers how many passes you make in a game of football, do they?
Nah, and I get it. Like you want to see us with more of the ball, but you can't complain when we're winning. And like we said the other day, I think this game will be a bit of a litmus test as to how we approach it. Nobody wants us to see us go there and do a low block, and not full on anyway. I think that they're to be got at. But we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Going on into the preview, can we? Oh, actually, Nate, you weren't here for our post-match on.
No, I wasn't.
So, what did you think of the game, mate?
Oh, mate, I loved it. It was a little bit difficult to watch at times. I'll say that much, but I thought the result was really good. And yeah, I can't even pronounce what you call Bowen now, Kingy, but. That goal was something else.
Dave. Look, Dave. Look at Dave's face thinking, that was me.
Jaredona. That's his name. Yeah.
Jaredona.
Yeah. But no, I managed to watch the show back, boys, and it was
was it hardest to watch when we were 1-0 up, 2-0 up, or 3-0 up? Which bit was more difficult?
Oh. Yeah, I was pretty excited when we were 3-0 up, but 1-0, I thought, they might get something back, but I thought we did all right, and like we're going to play those tactics against teams this year, and when you sort of think about who Brighton are, their front four, they just want to run into spaces and catch you out, and we stopped the space and exposed their two worst players that we were talking about last week in Webster and Dunk, and Fuck, it was great to watch. Really enjoyed it.
It was like Zuma caught the cat in the bag, really, wasn't it?
Kicked it into the middle of next week.
Right, so. Let's go forward with the Luton Town game preview. First time to Kenilworth Road in how long did you say, Matty?
Well, we played them last in the FA Cup in 1994. I think we played them in the League Cup since then. But look, Kenilworth Road to me when I was growing up, I fucking hated it. The plastic pitch was horrible to play on. I fucking hated the team. There was a guy called Lars Elstrup. I don't know if anyone remembers him, and I hated him. Absolutely hated him. So I don't like Luton. It's probably been 30 years, but look, it's their first home game, isn't it, in the Premier League? So they're going to be up for it. I just hope we turn them over. We should do. But you never know with West Ham, do you? That's the beauty of it. Or
I don't know about you. I don't know about you boys, but I was a bit worried about the pitch being ready. But then they played Gillingham last night. Was it last night or the night before? 3-2 win. And that it looks such a tight ground. It's somewhere that I would love to go and watch football. I don't think our players are going to love playing there.
There'll be an atmosphere there. It will be quite with the fans close to the pitch, and I don't think our boys will find that too intimidating. We're used to that. We've gone to other grounds like Southampton can be very tight and hostile as well, and Burnley, places like that. So we're used to that. But it's more about how are Luton going to react to their first game of the season at home. They've been sort of spanked a little bit away by two teams that we beat, I'll add. So we go into that pretty confident. But it's how are they going to play? And I reckon they might want the ball. So any thoughts that our fans might have that, we're going to play a possession game might be short-lived.
I think.
Well, I've watched the highlights on. I say highlights. So I've watched the mini matches of them all today because I was off. So I had a little look at them, and they play really deep. So when you're going at them, by the looks of things, they overcrowd their 18-yard box, and it's so congested that even they look confused. Do you know what I mean? So I think it's going to be hard to break them down, and I think our low block and counter attack against them will actually be better for us than actually trying to break them down possession-based football. So
they pretty much played a 5-3-2, haven't they, or 3-5-2, whichever way you look at it. They've had 8 players behind the ball. But so you're right. Bringing them out, coaxing them out a little bit, and spreading the pitch up will probably work in our favour. It remains to be seen how good we are at tick-a-tacker around the penalty area, trying to play the through balls. I don't think that's really our strength. So we'll see.
It'd definitely be interesting to see it. And if you think about how we started against Bournemouth, we really went at them. We weren't really sitting off them until after we scored. So it'll be interesting to see if we deploy that. And I'm actually interested to see who comes in for Souček. I don't think Benny did that badly, but will Moisey be tempted to throw Kudus straight into the fire and then put Paqueta back in the middle?
I would.
I think
you don't buy a fucking Ferrari and stick it in the garage, do you? In the first week, you drive it.
Who are you talking about, mate?
I think he might play him, to be honest. I think he might start him. If you look at the last game, right, he actually dropped Benny and put Paquetá on the left. So I reckon there's a good chance he might actually get a start. Yeah.
To be honest with you, I was a little bit surprised at that. I thought he might have taken Souček out of the middle and left Ben Rama. But look, I can't knock it. It worked. It was probably the right decision. And I thought Ben Rama, when he came on, he actually he didn't do too badly.
There's a comment there from Sam that's just come through saying he's more concerned about this game than the Brighton game. And I'll be honest, I'm the same. I think, whenever we've got our backs against the wall, you kind of think, we'll go for it. This one, we're almost expecting to turn up and win. And I know we're not naive enough to think that, but I'm a bit more sceptical about this game than probably any of the other three so far. I hope I'm wrong. And I think we'll be all right, but it's one of those games, isn't it?
With it being their first home game as well, I think there's a chance that they'll come out of the blocks with intensity, and they'll be looking for some points given they've taken a hammering away from home.
Going on to the comments. Can I just quickly talk about comments? Right, we've got obviously a load of comments coming through already. We are going to read them. I'm starring them, but we're going to just talk about the game first, and then we're going to answer questions at the end. Well, at the end, we're gonna wrap this up pretty within 10, 15 minutes, and then get into the interactive session just to get everyone involved and answer every question that we can. But we're just gonna have a little chat about obviously the game first and the preview and what we think. Right, so they come up last year. They obviously come up through the playoffs. Where do you see them ending the season?
Bottom
3. Definitely bottom 3.
I don't think that's being disrespectful to him, but you look at the team, and there's nobody there that really scares you or sets the world alight. They've got a couple of West Ham rejects playing for him, which is probably a sign of where they're at. And, I don't like them, so I hope they finish bottom.
An Irrational Hatred of Luton. That was a book, wasn't it? West Ham book.
It was. It was a great book by Robert Banks, and he had an irrational hatred for some reason. I've got a rational hatred that stems back to that FA Cup quarter final.
The FA Cup, there's a couple of games. Yeah.
Playing on that bloody funnily enough, I was actually watching highlights of it before, and it was exactly how I remembered. Scott Oakes scored the hat trick. I'll never forget his name. But I remembered Steve Potts stood on the ball on the halfway line, and it was. I watched it today, and it was exactly like I remembered. So that said, I hope they finish bottom, and I think they will.
Another one on that note, like we're saying they're going to finish bottom. That means we should beat them. If we're going to where we want to be, then there shouldn't be any chat on what the results will be. It's got to be a West Ham win.
100%. Yeah, I think that's what we should be doing. I think that's what we will do. When I say I'm a bit sceptical, it's just one of those banana skins, isn't it? It's one of those where everything could go wrong. The fans get fired up. It's the first game. They nick a goal, and then anything can happen. But I don't believe that will happen. I think we'll.
Could you imagine our away fans though in there as well? Like that's going to be a cauldron of absolute atmosphere. For me.
How many tickets do we get? About 8?
But
10 Mabel's putting her greenhouse out the back ready for us as well.
Couple of step ladders in there.
I think if Antonio runs it off the pitch on the weekend, he might end up in Mabel's fucking living room having a cup of tea with her, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
He might have a few shots that end up in her backyard anyway.
Exactly. She'll have a few balls around her.
Yeah.
Excuse me, Mabel. Can I have my ball back, please?
It's a weird setup, isn't it? It's proper. It's like going back to the 80s and watching games.
Yeah.
I love it. In a way, I like it, but
I got a funny feeling. I reckon we're going to batter them. Like I think it's going to be at least three, maybe even 4. And I was listening to Mad Dog Allen's podcast in the week, and he was talking about just the messaging coming through now. Like there might have been a few too many cooks in the kitchen last year with Warburton and Nevin, like very good coaches, but they all want to put their own impact on it. And now it's Moyes. He's the one delivering the message. Everyone else just needs to shut the fuck up and listen and play the way he wants to play. And
sounds like my household. Sounds like my household with the missus.
Oh, mate, we're all the same. Happy wife, happy life, right?
Yeah, that's it.
But they seem to have bought into that as well, don't they?
That's my point. I think they have bought into it. So I don't know. You look at the first 3 games this year versus the first 3 games last year, and maybe people start still thinking about we went to Forest last year, their first game back in the league, and we didn't really know what we were doing. We got unlucky a few times there, I think, but I don't know. I reckon we'll.
We were so unlucky in that game. Didn't we hit the bar about 3 times and the post twice?
Missed the penalty.
We got that penalty denied from Antonio as well.
Dave, you froze, mate.
Did I? Am I still here?
It's probably the best thing that could have happened on this show, to be honest. Right, we'll move on without Dave.
Low blow.
Don't. All his mates will be after us.
Oh, come on.
So what do you reckon we start with? I mean, I reckon Kudus goes in. So what does that mean for the rest of the team?
I reckon Alvarez, Paquetá, and Ward-Prowse in the middle.
Yeah.
That would be the only change, I reckon, really.
Yeah. I think so.
Yeah.
What about the back, though?
Gives us a bit more, doesn't it?
Oggy keep his place?
Try and go out and in, mate.
Me.
Oh, no, you're back.
Yeah. What was your question, Dave?
I was saying, does Oggy keep his place?
Well, instead of Dinos?
Yeah.
Well, no, probably instead of Again, won't he?
Again back?
Yeah, good point. Yeah.
Again comes back, mate.
Yeah, absolutely. Again back in there.
Yeah.
We need momentum, So definitely keep our best starting 11 in there. And that's why I'm very keen to have Kudus straight in. He's just come off he's been playing in the Ajax team. He's just scored a hat-trick. But I understand what you're saying with the blood in, Nath, but football's football. Tell him to fucking do his job, and he should be able to do it.
Yeah. I agree with you. I think it's just historical. You know, that's just Moisey in general, but I'd like to see him put him straight in. He's got no excuse, right? He's fit. It's the same as Ward-Prowse for me.
Yeah. It's like Alvarez on the weekend. Like he gave us enough, which was about 75 minutes. Pull him off after that. And Kudus is in a better position where he plays, where we can afford to bring him off for someone not maybe just as good, but someone who can definitely do a job.
Yeah.
I think having hit a hat-trick as well, he's got a bit of form behind him. So it's not like he's got to get his own fitness up, is it? He's ready.
No.
Exactly. He's just 3 goals in the bloody Europa League, for heaven's sake. So,
and if you think about it in general, right? Like, what's a better game for him to blood in, right? Play Luton or have 2 weeks under his belt and then go straight into City.
Who's that?
Kudus. He's better to start.
A team called City or something. Yeah.
Oh, you know, they're a small club.
Oh, who's City? Yeah. Being a smart ass.
So basically, we're top of the league without money.
So we will be top of the league again Saturday morning.
Hope so. Yeah.
And you look at that, it's a good start. 10 points from 4 games. I said it the other day. It's a fucking great start. Not getting ahead of the game or anything.
Yeah, we haven't got them
I
yet.
think we'll win.
I do.
And we're top of the league again. Put our feet up over the weekend and look down on everyone else.
Yeah, as we do well, yeah.
So talking about players that we need to look out for. Anyone that you've seen that you like, boys?
For Luton?
Yeah. And not 1964, Matt, either.
I don't think there's anyone to be scared of, really. I mean, look, I'll be lying if I say I've got an in-depth knowledge of the Luton team, but even going back to last season, it's not like they fucking barnstormed the championship and they've got players that are, setting the world alight. They finished third, fair enough. It's a hard league, and then they won the playoffs. I don't think there's anyone to be scared of. And they've got
Scott Oakes.
Don't mention Scott Oakes. Honestly, he fucking.
I know, mate. I was there.
I think I'm actually interested to see how Reece Burke goes. I mean, we never really got a good chance to look at him, but it'd be interesting to see how well he plays. But
you always wish him well, don't you? Like,
no, he's a fucking Burke.
Not on Saturday, but
he's a Burke.
Yeah,
I don't think he's that good.
I like Chong from Man United, who they've just brought in. I think in the middle, he's probably the only one that can play properly. He likes to travel with the ball, but that tells me that he's going to run into Alvarez and Paquetá quite a lot. And I think if we can get the ball off him, then we stop their play. And as I said, they play so low, like their backs. The guy that got knocked out in the final of the playoff, what was his name? It was the captain, Tom Lockyer at the back.
Yeah.
He's our captain. He looked 6s and 7s against Brighton and Chelsea, to be honest. I think he's definitely found his level in the Championship. We've also got Ross Barkley's at Luton as well.
Yeah, he didn't set the world alight over at Nice, did he? He's come back and joined the relegation struggling team.
He's nothing to be scared of, is he?
No.
I know, but this is a preview show, lads. So we've got to fucking talk a little bit about the team that we're playing.
Look, they've lost.
1964 Luton team.
Last week we were talking about a team that had won 2 games by 3 goals. Luton have been smashed by 3 goals the 2 games. They had a good result against Burnley because it got called off. But I don't think we need to be fearful of any of them. And that's not being arrogant. That's I'm not deluded. I'm not a fucking Tottenham fan. I just think
as I said, if we think they're going to be bottom of the league, we should be beating them. Simple as that. So you're right.
Yeah, I agree.
Like Dave said, I think it's got to be like, I reckon it'll be around that same score, about 4-1 3-0, 4-1, something like that. I would expect that we should do that if we show up and just come out and try and boss them from the start.
Well, they've conceded 7, scored 1. We've done it the other way around, didn't we? No, we've conceded 2.
We'd all take a 1-0. I would anyway.
I'd take any win, that's for sure. But I reckon we're going to put a few
3 points, mate. That's all we want. So, score predictions for Friday night's game, Dave?
4-1, mate. Yeah, 4-1. I reckon it's on the cards, mate. The 2 teams they've lost to are the 2 teams we've beaten. I think we're going to go and run riot there. But they might come out of the blocks intense in the first 20 minutes, but I think we'll hit them on the counter attack early doors, get 1-0 up. It'd be like Brighton, 13 passes and 1-0 up, mate. Then they'll fucking lose their shit, mate. That's what I reckon, anyway.
Their possession's been shit. Nath, what do you reckon?
Well, just to be different, I reckon we might concede 1, but I'll say 3-1. But I actually think it'll be close to what Dave said. I reckon it'll be 4-1.
Matthew?
Yeah, a bit different. I reckon we'll win. I reckon it'll be 2-1. I can see them having a moment. I can see them possibly scoring the first goal or, getting a late goal as a consolation and making the game of it. I don't think we'll run away with it. I think it'll be tight. I'll go for 2-1.
2-1. Man of the matches for you. Who do you reckon, Dave?
Kudus, mate. Hat-trick.
Straight in. Get the Ferrari out.
Yes.
Lovely.
Drive it straight in the garage, mate. Perfect hat. One with the left, one with the right, and a header.
Oh, there you go. That'd be lovely to watch, wouldn't it? Now I reckon that JWP is going to be BOG. Maybe a free kick. Probably a corner.
As I said to you,
with an Alvarez header or something.
I've watched a couple of their highlights. They love to give away a fucking free kick. They're very clumsy. I think this might be our first one.
Yeah. Well, he hasn't given us one yet, really, has he? It's been disappointing.
No, we haven't had one.
Ah.
As I said earlier on in the week, I reckon teams are playing against us and they're looking to not concede free kicks outside the box because they know it's almost like a penalty for us.
100%.
Yeah. I think sometimes especially the way we played against Brighton, sometimes there's not enough congestion around the top of the box to give away those fouls. So if we're going at them, hopefully something comes of that. So
yeah,
but JWP for the man of the match is going to be a free kick outside the box and a cross to Alvarez's head. So that's 2 of the goals. Antonio and Bowen for the others.
Like that, Matty.
Yeah, I'm going Areola. Like I say, I think we'll win. I don't think it'll be. I think it'll be hard fought and scrappy.
Another stiff Areola.
Is he going to get a hat trick, Matt?
Are you on the red wine there, Matty?
Listen, mate, I might be from up north, but I'm a pretty cultured bastard. This is a fine Shiraz. Not like you drinking Carlsberg, you fucking peasant.
I've got a nice little Hollandia.
That's the cheapest beer from First Choice, isn't it?
It's like when your mum. It's like when your mum used to go Calais for Christmas to get the fucking booze in, and come back with the little green bottles.
My dad came back with a truckload once, and we had customer excise come round and fucking raid the house. But anyway, we'll move on from that.
Are you still on the run?
Calais to Manchester, mate. You must have done a lot of fuel. You wouldn't do it on today's fuel prices, would you?
Nah.
I'm going to go 4-0 West Ham.
Yeah, good call.
4-0 West Ham, and I'm going to give Antonio 2 goals. I'm going to go Antonio man of the match with an Aguirre goal. No, I'm going to go Zuma goal and a Bowen.
Fuck me, that's very specific.
It is.
Oh yeah,
How many times
I've got the same agent as Paquetá, mate. I've got the same agent as Paquetá.
We should get him on for the predictions. He'd be bang on, wouldn't he?
It'd be great, wouldn't it? I've got me bet work open now.
Right. Should we go on? So we all think we're going to get a nice, comfortable win against, well, apart from Matty.
Scrappy win, yeah. A win, nevertheless.
Right. I just want to say something about our YouTube channel. Obviously, we just started up. I think we hit about 95 this evening of our subscribers, which we're quite happy about, I think, lads, aren't we?
Yeah,
first few weeks.
No complaints.
I was happy with 5, to be honest. So
yeah,
it's 90 more than I was expecting.
And 4 of them were us.
That's true. But yeah, we're trying our best and trying to put good content out. So if you know any West Ham mates that might enjoy it, we're actually on Spotify as well. Dave rips it from this and he sticks it on Spotify like a good man he does when he's meant to be working. And yeah, so all our episodes will now be on Spotify as well. So if you're in the van, plastering the walls, fucking on the roof, whatever you're doing, then you'll be able to listen to it as well. You don't have to look at our ugly mugs. Well, I say that about these 3. But yeah, so if you can like and subscribe, just quickly go and click on it now if you can. That really help us out and give us a bit more motivation to carry on doing what we're doing. Nate, you got a bit of merch on the way, mate. Do you want to have a little chat about that?
Sorry, say that again, mate. I just broke up.
Merchandise.
Bit of merch, yeah. So the polos are in production. So that's all happening, and just getting some. Just looking. Hopefully, we'll have some prototypes to look at next week for some trucker hats and maybe your favourite, the bucket hat kingy, and
bucket hat in the summer, mate.
Well. Got to have it, especially down here with this pasty white skin of mine.
And stubby coolers.
And some stubby coolers as well. Shouldn't be too far away.
Yeah. Right. So if you haven't liked to subscribe, please do that now. Really help us out. Make us want to carry on doing it. Right. Let's get on to our comments. So we've got one. This little video today that I put up is actually hit. We went a little bit viral with this one today, boys. Just want to have a little look. I'll show you the comment. Friend of the show. Do you want to talk about it, lads?
Mark Parks won the goal.
I've never seen that finish. I remember watching him burst through the middle, and I'm sure he'd tell you different, but it literally looked like he was about to die on his arse and just fall over. And somehow he's managed this chip that has just looped over the keeper, and it's one of the best finishes I've ever seen live.
I thought it was one of the best fucking through balls I've ever seen live as well, but we won't go into that.
I thought he picked it up from the back originally.
No, someone played it through to him, apparently.
And then laid it off and then made the run. Yeah, he laid it off to you and then made the run.
Don't fucking try and take it away from me, Nathan. Won't be happy, mate.
I'm not. He won it at the back, and I thought he laid it to you, and then you laid him in.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah.
That's right.
My memory's a bit blurred. I'd had a few beers that morning.
Yeah, exactly. But it's hit 1,400 views.
Wow.
Is that on TikTok?
What's that?
Is that on TikTok?
YouTube.
Oh, on YouTube.
So, yeah, massive goal to Mark. Thanks, mate. Appreciate it. Right, we've got one from Tony, another friend of the show. Nath?
Yeah, what does it say? It's a great question on TalkSport today. Would we take number 41 back over Alvarez, JWP, and Kudos? That's a no from me.
No, we're moving forward now. Well. I think we've done good business. We've replaced him well. You know, before 3 for the price of 1. We're moving on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think I saw something else today as well. Like with you add Skamaka money into that as well.
I'd have kept him.
And then you add who else have we signed that we've missed out on? Who's the 4th one we signed?
Dinos,
yeah. I reckon we look a lot better.
I'll read the rest of the question. Also, David Gold will be looking down and loving the European trophy and great start in the league. Yeah, I think he would. And he got laid to rest yesterday, I think it was. Yeah. Like all his ashes got scattered over the pitch. And I think he was better of the 2 evils, if I'm being honest. Had a little bit more time for him than the rest.
Yeah.
But yeah, well done, Mr. Gold. Andrew Quint. Matty?
Look, I agree, and I don't think it's.
Can we read the questions out, lads?
Read it
out. So yeah, it says Declan was a good fella, fucking debatable, but wanted to be the box-to-box defender. Souček couldn't play his own game. We're more balanced. I think that's a fair comment, and I think Moyes probably allowed that. You look at how Souček played that first season. He was quality, driving forward on the end of everything, and last season. Not that I was really complaining too much at the time, but everything was about Rice. It was about him picking the ball up, going forward, and we changed our whole style of play to suit that. There's two ways of looking at it. One was to increase his transfer value, which, if it fucking worked because we got 105 million and a complete new midfield for him. But I think it took away from the team, and we touched on that on Monday when we were talking about it. He was the main man, and all these other players around him are now coming to the fore. And I think we are more balanced. And like we've said before, it's history.
Yeah. And Andrew, if you can just never call him his name again, fantastic.
Yeah, number 41.
We don't do that here. But yeah, I agree.
He's
no. Sam.
Do you want me to do this one?
I think we've done that one, actually.
Oh, yeah, we have.
Yeah, I called that out earlier.
Yeah, Dave?
Yeah, I think we saw that one. That one came up while we were talking about Luton. It said, no disrespect to Luton, but I'd be surprised if they stayed up.
True.
Reckon Sheffield United will finish bottom, though.
Let's hope so. Yeah. Let's hope we both finish bottom. Twats.
We nearly had Sheffield United in the cup.
I fucking hate them as well. There'll be a theme in this. You'll realise that I fucking hate everybody. But
there's not many we like, is there? Let's be honest.
But yeah, Sheffield United's a special one. So I'll revise my prediction, and Sheffield United will finish bottom.
We nearly ended up against them. Lincoln beat them in the cup.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah.
So we nearly ended up with them. Here we go. This team and this lineup is more Moyesier than ever.
See, what does he mean by that? Is that a negative or a positive?
Elaborate, Andy.
Andy, let us know what you think, mate.
Because in a way, he's right, but at the same time, it's like it's not a criticism, is it?
No. Well, we can only play the players that we fucking bought. So, and we're doing all right at the moment, so I'm happy. 5 a.m. start on Saturday morning to watch it, though. Yeah, do you know what? It is what it is. We're used to it by now, aren't we?
It's a nice way to start the weekend, isn't it? That's why I'm looking at it.
You know what? It's probably one of the better times we've had recently. Yeah. 1:30, 2:30 is fucking shit. 5 o'clock, at least you can get a bit of a kip and get up.
Yeah, I'd much rather a 5 o'clock game than 2 a.m.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I've got to go work after that 5 a.m., so I'm not really enjoying it.
Yeah, but you get 4 days off in the week. There's no sympathy in you, mate.
Listen, I work hard. Does anyone know who this guy is?
Yeah, it's Chris McCoy.
Is it? I thought it was. So Chris reckons 2-0 win. They'll frustrate us, so we all get frustrated at times, don't we, Matt?
We do. And I see where he's coming from. I think they'll nick one back at the end and make it more fucking suspenseful. But, I don't think it'll be a walkover. I think they'll be up for it. But I think we'll still do.
Yeah, I reckon they'll score a goal at some point.
Yeah. If anyone else has got a question, we've got a few people watching. So just chuck a little comment up and we'll read it out. Love to read everyone's comments out on this show to get everyone involved. Dave Hutton, a nice another friend of the show. Dave, do you want to read it?
What formation do you think we'll start with? I think we'll be remaining with the existing formation that we've been using for the last couple of games. I don't see that changing in a hurry at the minute, to be honest.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. 4-2-3-1. It's a funny formation to play though. I mean, it can be so attacking if you want it to be. As soon as one of them sixers gets on the ball, we just need all of those players at the front there just to start moving forward as quickly as they can. Get into the pockets of space and combine and just have 4 players running at them, and then hopefully the other 6 can get in and join the attack as well. So if they do play a 3-5-2 though, that should give Alvarez and Soufal a bit of license to get forward and get into those pockets of space in there behind the wing backs too. So it'd be interesting to see how they actually set up as well, and hopefully we can go at them.
Well, they've got to be scared of us, haven't they? You'd think so. European champions, second in the league, undefeated.
Well, Chelsea put 3 past them. We put 3 past Chelsea. So I'd be scared of us and all, to be honest.
Same with
I'll do a couple of bits of news now, right? And then we can try and get these comments flowing. There's been a bit of news about players going out. So you got Cornet, that's been getting a lot of attention from Saudi, Everton, Nottingham Forest, Benny, also Saudi, that with the Muslim connection as well. Creswell, obviously, and Ings. What do you reckon?
Cornet can fucking do one. I've no interest whether he goes or stays. Fuck him off.
Yeah,
I don't
also been impact with Burnley as well,
linesman's bicep muscles.
Mr. Offside.
Cresswell's a funny one. I like Cresswell. I think everyone likes him. He's been a great servant. Let him go. If he's not going to get a look, I prefer to keep him as a squad player. But if he wants to go and play football, let him go.
No.
I think he's earned it.
Yeah, I'd like to see Cresswell go with his head held high, but I just don't know if we're even close with signing anyone as a replacement. So that would be the only concern for me with him going. I think Cornet can fuck off because we've got enough.
Matson from Chelsea.
Yeah.
So I just heard a rumor that just been linked again.
Yeah. Who's that?
Kostic. He's been re-linked with us. Apparently, Juventus has told him to find a new club before Friday, and we've reignited our interest. And if we want to play a left wing back, there's probably not a better one in the game, is there? In terms of
I think I'll rephrase that. I think what we've heard is that his agent was touting us to have him. I don't think we've reignited. I think because he's been told to get a new club. I think because we were the obvious choice. They've said, do we want him? So I think that's there. Danny Ings, I saw that he wants to stick around. I'm happy with that. I want players in that dressing room that want to play football. And if he's happy to be a squad player and come on and do 10 minutes here and there, I'll fucking take that. Yeah. If we don't get another striker in.
I like Ings. I agree with you, Kingy. I think there's no reason to let him go. And if he wants to be there, let him stay. I joked the other day, it was only Everton that came in for him, so you turn that down all day long. But it's not just that. If he wants to stay there and he wants to try and play a few games, I'm all for it because he's not shit. He'll come on and given the chance, he'll score some goals. And his hair's growing. I want to see what it looks like at the end of the
season. And what I like about him as well, like. I don't know if I put it up on the Fortune Side and Down Under Facebook page the other day. All the players were coming into the training ground, and they was all getting asked, "Who would you want to be with on a desert island?" for the banter and stuff. And there was a few of them that said Danny Ings. You know what I mean? And I'm like, well, that's a good person to have around the dressing room. You know?
True. Yeah.
There is a bit of versatility there with him as well. Like I think we were talking about it in our group chat. Like he does give you like a great opportunity to play with the two, and maybe Mabama can learn a fair bit off him by being in and around his feet and knocking balls down in the right areas and things like that. Out of all those ones that you mentioned, Kingy, I reckon fuck Cornet off, but it'd be so West Ham though. We'd let him go to Burnley or fucking Everton or somewhere like that, and he'll go and score a ton of goals, and we'll be like, fuck. Wow.
Yeah, but it's the players that we've got now that I reckon could do the job but better. And as I said, I've not seen him. We haven't seen him fucking play.
No,
so I wouldn't bother me, to be honest. Bowen's subject. Go on.
I was just going to say, Tony Oliver's posted, only let Ings and Cornet go if we have replacement. Are we getting the guy from Brazil? So you were saying earlier on that you reckon Corinthians don't want to let Alberto go?
No, they're not agreeing to a deal there apparently. So but that I can't say his fucking name. Ekitike or something like that. The one from PSG.
Yeah,
I think we sort of moved most of our attention onto him at the moment. So, but yeah, like we do need someone else in there if he comes out of it as well. But then there's always your boyfriend as well there, Lord Lucan, in Jesse Lingard. He's getting closer, mate.
Look, if he signs on, then he signs on. I've got no interest in him. I think I've made my point clear on him. I get, coming in as a squad player, but I was just about to say I'd rather keep Cornet, but I think that's probably a far stretch. I don't think we need him. The Brazilian Tim's jet hasn't landed in Brazil yet. If we want to get the deal done, Tim will sort it out. If we don't, then it won't happen. But look, I think we all agreed that we need another forward in, right? But if we don't, and we end up with what we've got, I'm not too concerned. Antonio's in the form of his life. It's not going to last, we know that, but it might give Mubama a chance, or Muamba, as Kingy calls him.
If he stays.
And our goals aren't going to come from our striker.
Our goals haven't come from our fucking striker since Tony fucking Cotty, mate. So
exactly.
It doesn't bother me. I don't know why we talk about strikers.
I'm more than happy with our midfield. The defence is looking all right. I think we'll be all right regardless.
Can someone just get up on their phone the Europa League pots, please? Because I can't find it.
Yeah, there's the only pot that's settled is the one we're in, mate, because there's a whole load of
now. They're all settled now.
No, they're playing tonight. There's a whole bunch playing tonight. I thought.
I think it was last night, mate. Because Rangers dropped in it. Anyway, can you just have a little look for me?
Can I just mention a comment that's come up out of order? There's one from Savio Roberto Zaza that says, "Do you reckon we should have a crack against Gift Orban?"
Yes, I do.
I think we should. I reckon he is one that I'd get excited about. I think the way that he played against us and knowing a bit more about what he's like, I'd be well happy if he came in.
Is that the geezer that did? Is that the bloke who did the overhead kick against us and he hit the bar?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like him.
He scored against. He's quality.
Yeah.
So yeah, great question from Savio Zaza. Although the mention of Zaza is a bit fucking skeptical, isn't it? We don't want to.
I'm surprised he didn't miss the fucking send button, for fuck's sake. To be honest. Yeah, we got one from Tony. Hang on, one sec, mate. Is Matt drinking my wine?
I'm drinking everyone's wine, mate. Barossa Shiraz. So
I just want to talk about Lingard. Just want to put my 2 pence in, right? I weren't happy that he didn't want to fucking join us, and I hated the fact that he took us on that merry-go-round of the chicken run, chicken shop, pictures, and getting into a shit car, and like it drove me fucking mental. And then he goes and joins Nottingham fucking Forest. It's like, what the fuck?
Sounds like you're going to make an excuse for me, Kingy.
But if he's going to work his socks off for the club, and he's going to hit that sort of form, even if we have to bring him on for 20 minutes in a game, I'll take him all day long, boys. Like, all day long.
I think what you said there is crucial. If he works his socks off for the club, he's going to work his socks off for himself. That's my grievance with him. He's a selfie fucker.
Yeah, but if he's doing well, that means West Ham are doing well.
For a few games.
For that form that he had in his first spell, mate, we'd all fucking bite your arm off, wouldn't we, eh? Come on, it was unbelievable. That was the best 6 months of his career. He's come back and he's saying the right things at the minute. He's saying that he feels like second home. Yeah, bullshit. But, at the end of the day, it sounds like he's motivated. If he's on like a pay as you play kind of deal, and he's got to perform, I think it's worth a roll of the dice, isn't it?
I would love to take him back.
Look, I take your points. I disagree. I think he's a
10. And he's English as well, which means we have to hit a quota at some point.
Yeah.
That's why.
I don't know what honestly, I keep pointing over here. There's nothing there.
I'd take him. Like, everything is in our favour at the moment, and let's be honest. Like, if he was chasing a bit more of a pound note, like why hasn't he gone to Luton, or why hasn't he gone to Sheffield, a place like that? Like, I mean, that's what he did last year.
Because they've learned not to fucking give him the deals because he was shit at Nottingham Forest.
Yeah,
and he's already fleeced Forest, so he doesn't need to.
Exactly.
Because we're too sentimental. The amount of times we've taken shit players back for a second time, and I appreciate he wasn't shit for us when he played for us, but it's not going to work.
It rarely works.
I would love to be here in 6 months and saying I was wrong. Yeah. I'd still hate
you know what? I think we've got the right manager to make that decision, because I don't think that he would take him back if he was shit. I think that the way we're doing it, and we're trying to work out if he is going to fit in, or if he's actually going to work hard and fit into the system we've got, Moyes won't add him. So I'm having faith with Moisey on this one, to be fair. I'd definitely go with whatever he wants to do, because if he says that he's working and he's going to do the business, fucking let him come back, in my eyes.
Well, look, I hope you're right. I hope you're right.
Yeah.
Well, he's already there, isn't he? I think it's just a case of getting him fit, and then if he's not going to be too greedy with what he's asking for, I think they'll work out a deal, won't they?
Yeah. And he doesn't have to be signed by Friday either, so that's something else we can.
And that's what I mean. We're taking our time on him. We're doing the best. Yeah. We're doing the best for both parties. Agreed, lads. Cornet can go. Everton is his level. For me, we need a decent sized squad for the European games. Yeah, I don't want Cornet. I could do without him, to be honest. Stars up.
Yeah, we did that one.
We done that one. Sorry, lads. No.
Yeah, so is it better to have a bigger squad than letting players go? How many times down the years have we been short players and we're getting a tiny squad? We've got lots of games this year. I couldn't agree with you more, Chris. I think we need our full complement, and we just need to rotate, especially like through these early games of the cup rounds and stuff. I'd love to see Mbama. I'd like to see us play like we did against Spurs in Perth, like 3-5-2, Mbama and Ings up front, blood in the three centre-backs, even if it means Oggie's having a game and Dinos with either, Zuma or Aguirre on the other side. I think it's a good opportunity. We should do it.
Here's a good one for you. Would you do the two up front this weekend?
Maybe, yeah.
If you ain't going to do it against this lot, you ain't going to do it at all, in my eyes.
It's the only
time. Not in the league, no.
You wouldn't do it, no?
I would, yeah.
I don't think he will, though.
No.
No. Fucking hell, no chance.
No.
But what Nathan's saying, like, he'd like to see that formation. I don't think that we could do it against. Again, I'm fucking pointing out the window. I don't know why. We're not. If we don't do it against this lot, we're not going to play against anyone else like it.
We might do it at home, mate. I just can't see us doing it away. I don't think we'll do it
against
away.
This lot.
Yeah, I don't think we will. Just there.
I don't think we will.
I don't think we will.
Don't get me wrong. I don't think we will. Would I like to see it? Yeah.
Yeah. He seemed to be looking at it in pre-season, and it seemed like really optimistic that he was going to start using a couple of strikers, right? And Mbama was getting time. He was ranting and raving, saying, he was really impressed with him. And now that's sort of gone quiet. He's not playing that formation. And there's talk of Mbama going out on loan to the Championship or something. So
I actually think it's a good idea.
Well, if you get the team, I think it's probably is the right idea.
Do you think it can work, though, with Ings and Antonio?
Oh, it could.
Yeah.
I don't know if it can. Like, I think Mbama's smart enough to know that, Ings will put him through every now and again. I think Antonio just wants to be the man there. Mbama will happily play second fiddle and put balls at Ings' feet, I reckon.
I think Antonio's been conditioned to play that way, hasn't he? That's what he knows.
Yeah,
that's what
that's
he does.
True, yeah.
And I probably agree with you, Nathan. I don't see Antonio and Ings starting together working. I think another big guy in Ings, but not Antonio. I think he's too he's too tunnel vision in that Moyes approach.
Yeah,
as the one striker.
I really wanted to see Antonio and Scamacca together. I reckon that would have been a fucking really good partnership.
I reckon that was the same problem, though. I reckon that was the same problem.
Yeah.
So, yes, I mean, I think that the ruling on Scamacca was he was a good player. He could have been great. It didn't work out for whatever reason.
He didn't stay anyway, did he? So,
but he needed to
Haller as well.
Yeah,
Haller as well.
Yeah.
You look at what Antonio did on the.
Do you want to talk about Europa League, Brian?
Not yet. I just want to talk about Bowen a little sec. Hopefully doubling his wages, which he deserves. He's got a 3 mouths to feed now, and a wife, and Danny Dyer's drinking addiction at the Vic. So I think he definitely is. He's our new poster boy for me. I want to see him earn the money that he deserves after the goal that he scored at the weekend. Even the Bournemouth goal, I think we forget about that. Fucking hell.
The thing is, like, you'd love him even if he was mediocre because of who he is and what he does. But he's fucking quality as well. That's great.
Did you hear what he said about Moyes as well this week?
No.
I did actually.
He praised him to the hill.
He did. He said it was all noise. He said everyone's saying negative things about Moyes. It's all noise. The players absolutely love him and they're playing for him.
Yeah. So I love Bayern. He's a little dream for us, I think. Anyway, do you want to go on to Europa, mate?
Yeah. So just looking at those pots, the West Ham pot. The pot 1 is West Ham, Liverpool, Roma, Bayer Leverkusen, Villarreal, and Atalanta. And pot 1 or 2, we've got Rangers.
Let's discuss pot 1 first.
Yeah.
Who would you have, lads?
What do you mean? Who would you have? Because we
don't get anyone out of that, do we?
Oh yeah, sorry, my fault.
Yeah. So we're lucky. We're top seed, so we miss all of them. We won't have any of those. Yeah. So depending on what other qualifiers come through, we'll get Rangers or Sporting Lisbon will also land in that pot 1, but there's a chance they can land in pot 2. So there's a whole bunch of qualifiers tonight, Ryan, and there's Champions League fallout still as well.
Okay. What's pot 2, mate?
Pot 2, so that could be either Rangers or Sporting Lisbon, depending on how the others fall out. And there's Rennes, Real Betis, and Marseille. Plus, there's Brighton, Molde, and Freiburg are either in pot 2 or pot 3. So I mean, you can't get Brighton, so Freiburg's would be interesting, and so would Marseille and Betis actually.
Marseille with the Payet connection as well. Yes. It gets quite tasty. Their fans are quite tasty as well.
They are. Look, I'd love Rangers, to be honest, and the shit. So we wouldn't have a problem beating them.
They got spanked last night.
They got absolutely turned over, didn't they?
Yeah, we've got a couple of good friends, haven't we, Matty? Like Rangers, and I didn't give it to them as much as I probably should have this morning.
No, I didn't. But you know, they've obviously got a desire to drop down to the Europa League and play against West Ham because that's what everybody wants to do. So
no,
I wouldn't mind getting them and giving them a good fucking hiding.
Definitely, mate. I'd take Rangers. But for the fans, I'd do Marseille.
Yeah. Be lively, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So looking at fixtures tonight, mate, there's a chance of Slavia Prague coming through as well. It'd be tasty if we got them in our group, wouldn't it?
2 Czech boys as well. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think that would be more like a homecoming sort of thing, though. I don't think it would be that bad.
Oh, it'd be great. I think it'd be a really good occasion for all concerned, to be honest. Yeah, I would love them.
I was looking at it a different way.
Look, other sides that could come through as Ajax as well. So,
well, we've taken all their players, so there's nothing to worry about there. But look, I think what you said the other day, Dave, like, Moyes will get us through. We'll get through that first group. How far we kick on remains to be seen. But we're set up. We're hardened in that European League pre-Christmas. You know, we know how to smash it, and we've got a better team now than we did those last 2 years.
Are we going to try and do a Fortunes Hiding Down Under? Are we going to try and do a Fortunes Hiding Down Under European Tour, lads? Do you reckon we'll get away with it?
Yeah, Yeah.
We'll see.
We'll see.
That would be good.
I looked at all those pots the other day, though. I don't have them up in front of me, but I wasn't really all that worried about anyone, really. Like, we looked at who we draw. I was confident with the squad we've got, we should be able to qualify, I reckon, pretty easily. Then it just depends on who else qualifies around us and who comes down from those Champions League pots. It'd be nice. And correct me if I'm wrong. If we top the group, we miss out on those Champions League sides coming down. They've got to play the elimination games before they go into the round of 16, right?
You know,
and if we say we have a terrible thing, we hit third, do we go down into the conference, or is that not a premiership?
Do we really?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, I heard different.
It was a weird feeling last year looking at that Conference League, and when you looked at other teams, you'd say we're one of the favourites, if not the favourite. And you think, well, it means nothing because we won't win it. And then we did win it. The year before in the Europa League, there wasn't many teams in there that actually scared you. And looking at this Europa League draw, again, there's not many teams that you actually think we're not going to be able to go far in this. No. I think we are. I'm not saying we will, but the opportunity is there for us to really go deep in the competition again. And if we make a quarter-final, semi-final, final, that's 3 fucking years in a row.
Yeah.
Massive. Absolutely.
Fucking massive.
We'll still have
I think the key for us for next year, though, is being there next year, it's all about wins in the league right now. You know, like if we can keep that ticking over, and who knows, we win it, we're in Champions League anyway, but we just got to rack up the points in the league right now before those games start. Because we all know that fucking Antonio can't come in the league.
and
Champions League, we're having a laugh.
Not fucking hell. I had a bottle of Buckfast fucking wine on a park bench in Glasgow. I went to watch Rangers against fucking Berwick Rangers in 2013, and I drank some Buckfast, and it's fucking hanging. So I'm not going to upgrade my wine to that at all. It's fucking horrible.
Dave,
nothing to do with me. I was just spectating.
Yeah, sure you were. I agree. Dave, so what's pot 3?
It's all a mess, mate. There's so much undecided. It's all a bit top pot 2 or 3. Pot 2 or 3, we've got Brighton, Mould and Freiburg. Freiburg are probably the threat there. They're probably a tricky side, similar to Frankfurt were, right? Yeah. They do pretty well in the Bundesliga. There's Sturm Graz, Toulouse and AEK Athens, potentially pot 3 or pot 4. And then there's a pile of shit in pot 4. FK.
Spurs in there.
FK Tusk.
No, Spurs are out already.
And Panathinaikos. That brings me back.
Can we just take a moment to laugh at fucking Tottenham again?
Spurs couldn't even keep a cup of tea in a cup, the pricks. But I think. What would you take? Would you take 4th place in the Prem and take us to the Champions League, or this is going to sound stupid, or win the Europa League?
Oh, you'd rather win the Europa League if you're going to do it. Absolutely, another cup.
I'd take any trophy over fucking league position.
Correct me if I'm wrong. If we go through, if we win Europa League, doesn't is it 5 places for Champions League we've got this year now?
5 this year.
So we knock out that 5th place.
Fucking hell, we win one trophy.
If we win Europa League, we knock out. Mate,
I'd be happy with 14th and a fucking FA Cup quarter final.
Fucking hell, Matt. On Monday,
Scott Oak ain't playing. Fucking spot.
On Monday, Matt, you were saying that you take top 4 FA Cup and Europa League.
Yeah, I will take that. I'll be happy with that.
Wanted the trifecta.
2-time conference. Yeah, I'd take that.
Yeah, you would, eh?
Andrew, I fucking love you, mate. You're allowed back in.
Kingy, do you remember walking up to stadium, walking up to all the fucking Spurs fans, say, "Where's your trophy? Where's your trophy, mate?"
Yeah, I do remember. Do you remember the last one
Yeah, he
said, yeah, shit hoodie, mate. And I was wearing a DT38 Foundation hoodie.
Right.
And I went, yeah, statistically cancer charity, you prick. he did go sheepish, didn't he? He was with his dad. It was fucking hilarious. Right, we've hit an hour, lads. Is there anything else you want to talk about?
Second in the league, we're champions of Europe. We're going to win the Europa League and the Conference League, according to this lot. It's all good. We're going to beat Luton 4-1, 3-1, 2-1, or 1-0. It's all good.
Let's be top of the league on Saturday, regardless, eh?
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Oh, look at that. The missus has brought the old beers up, so we can have another 20 minutes now.
I need some Buckfast.
But yeah, with the show, obviously we're going to do lives on Thursday night, correct, lads?
Yeah.
I think it's working well.
We're going to have the Europa League obviously coming up, so that'll be Friday morning for us, won't it?
Yeah,
it will.
Yeah. So we'll do preview of the Europa League on this show as well, along with our Premier League game, which will be on a Sunday for UK. And then obviously we'll do our post-match where we'll probably cover both games of Europa and Prem. Yeah,
sounds good.
But yeah, what a show! Another live show for us, lads.
Yeah,
what do you reckon?
You've all enjoyed it. Thanks for the question.
What's that, Dave?
Thanks for your questions, guys. And tell all your friends we're at 98 subscribers, boys. We need 2 more to get to that.
2 more, mate. It's very. We've got 17 people.
I'll go and have a word with the missus now.
Yeah. Sign up one more dodgy account.
If anyone sold their car recently.
Don't start him off, Dave. Fuck you know.
Dave, can we have one song?
Go on.
No, you said I wasn't allowed to sing.
You can
sing. No, you're not.
Yeah.
You don't sing anyway. You
just to James Ward-Prowse. Just sold my
I'm out. See ya.
Right. We're winding this up now.
All right. Good to see you, lads.
Yeah.
Nice one. Thank you very much. Thanks for the comments and the questions.
Thanks for everyone coming into the chat today. Appreciate it. Thanks, Nate, for coming on. I know you're in paradise there. We will be back on hopefully Saturday morning. So we're going to be watching the game together on Saturday morning, 5 a.m. and we're going to do the show straight after. I like this last thing, so I think we'll go off that. Oh, everyone's saying hello now. Everyone's here. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the comments. We will be back Saturday morning. One thing left to say. Go on, you Irons.
Go on, you Irons.
Yeah, boys.
See you, lads.
See ya.